No joke, that Build-A-Bear right there, I swear it was on my bed. Paranormal activity. Alright, so people have been asking me lately, hey, I know you're not like the perfect Christian. I know you mess up at some point. Tell us when you've just done the stupidest thing imaginable. Honestly, I've done some pretty stupid stuff, so I have to choose wisely. But definitely one of the stupidest things I've ever did was try and sneak a girl into my room. Now, before you all start like yelling, hypocrite, you said you're gonna wait until marriage before you do anything like that. No, we weren't gonna engage in anything like that. It actually started because this girl swore she can beat me at Street Fighter. Yeah, I wasn't gonna let that pass. So we we had different schedules and it kept on conflicting. Plus at the time mom didn't like me going over to girls' houses and like her parents didn't like her going over to boys' houses. So we're like, hey, we gotta settle this somehow. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't you just come over to my house? Um, about 12 o'clock in the morning, and oh my. Now, I didn't think she would actually believe me when I said that. It was only a joke. But she's like, you know what? Why don't we? I'm like, what? Are you serious? And like, this girl's a pastor's daughter, and I'm just like, yo, I was just joking, but do you really want to do this? And this girl's just like, yeah, yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be so much fun. We gotta do this. I'm like, oh, all right, let's do this. So, no lie, for the next month, we go into full Prison Break mode. Like, if oh man, if you ever seen a Prison Break movie, how people just plan, like, they just plan things to the smallest detail, we put all those guys to shame. Like, we just planned everything out. And at least we thought we planned everything out. Like, at the time, we were 14. I was 14, she was 13, so you can just imagine how stupid our plan probably was. So finally, the night came where she was gonna come over. And so, like, at this point, like, as a 14-year-old boy, like, I wasn't even thinking. I was just thinking about, yo, we're gonna get away with the biggest stunt ever. This was the stunt. Like, I was gonna, oh man, I was so dumb. I was just thinking, yo, I'm gonna get away with this. I'm gonna win a match with Street Fighter. Like, that's a double win. Double winning all the way. So finally, she manages to come over to my house. And at this point, it's like, I'd say like 11 or 11:30. And this girl is so smart and so resourceful. She got her bigger or her older sister to, like watch her parents at home, make sure they thought she was in bed already and stuff like that. And so she's at my window. And I'm like, okay, how am I gonna do this? My parents are upstairs. They're probably watching Twilight in their room and the alarm's on. How am I gonna do this? So me, being the genius that I am, I go upstairs. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I think I left my skateboard outside. Can I go outside and check real quick? And they're like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just remember to turn on the alarm, before you go back in or come back in. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, sure, no problem. And oh my god, I can't believe it worked. But I turn off the alarm. I open the window. She jumps in, And at this point, she just has the biggest smile on her face. And so I go and I turn the alarm back off, and I close my room door, and we're safe. So at this point, I'm not really thinking anything. I'm just like, okay, mission accomplished. Let's get this match over with. So I get out Street Fighter 2, and we start going at it. Well, we were playing the video games. Get your mind out of the gutter, people. Anyway, we started playing, and I believe she was playing as Chun-Li or oh man, no. It was Cammy. She started playing as Cammy, and I remember she whooped my butt with Cammy. I was playing as Ken, and she just whooped my butt. And I'm just like, are you serious? How do you even? How did you do that? She's like, I'm just skilled. I told you. And so like I'm just impressed at this point. And then when we were done, we're like, okay, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. She heads to the window and she's like, um, isn't the alarm back on? At this point, my heart just stopped beating. Like I'm just like, oh my god, like it is like, and I can't turn it back off. They're gonna get suspicious. What am I gonna do? And she's like, okay, wait 1 second, I gotta make a call. So she gets her cell phone and she calls her older sister, and she's like, look, I'm stuck here. Can you like, um, you know, make sure they don't notice me until morning where you can pick me up? And I'm like, whoa. Pick you up from where? She's like, yeah, I'll spend the night here, okay? Just make sure mom and dad don't find out. At this point, I'm just like, I am gonna die. Like, I've seen this on TV a whole bunch of times. It doesn't go over well. I am going to die. But, like, she's like, look, I won't make a noise. Just, I promise my sister will be here early in the morning to pick me up. Just make up an excuse to get out early. Like, pick up the trash or something. I'll get out, my sister will pick me up. That's all. I'll just spend the night. Just, it's all gonna be okay. And I'm just like, alright, okay, you can spend the night. So I go and get an extra pillow and a blanket. You can't see it from here, but right down there is a sofa, and up there is my bed. So it's kind of connected. So I'm like, okay, you can sleep on the sofa. And the sofa turns into a futon, so that's pretty nice too. But for this particular night, it wouldn't turn into the futon for some reason. And I'm just like, oh man, this is just the night to, just the night for this to happen. And she's like, look, I don't really like sleeping on the sofa. Is there any way I can sleep up in your bed? I'm like, no, you're not sleeping in my bed. And so we started fighting about it. But finally we're like, okay, look, we'll share the bed. How does that sound? And oh man, as a 14-year-old boy, I was pretty oblivious to certain stuff, and nothing was getting in my head about what was happening. So this girl's in my bed, and then we just started talking. And so we started talking about Street Fighter, like how I could have won if my controller wasn't busted. That's the male ego. But oh man. Then she started asking who I thought was the best looking character. Uh, and I'm like, Chun-Li by far. I mean, come on. And she's like, well, I think I'm prettier than Chun-Li. At this point, I didn't know what to say. I mean, like, I guess that's when I started, like, started feeling feelings. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And so we start, flirting, or at least like complimenting each other, joking around. And then I put my arm around her like this, and she's right here. And I put my arm around her, and then I'm starting to lean in for a kiss. And then I realize what I'm doing at this point. I'm just like, whoa, 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 I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I don't usually do that type of stuff. I'm just like, no, 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 it's okay, it's okay. So, anyway, long story short, she spends the night, and oh man, she spends the night, and I set my alarm for 6 o'clock. I wake up early. I tell mom and dad I want to do extra chores, make extra money. So I get the garbage, I bring it back in, and she steps out. And her sister's already there waiting for her, and she picks her up, and they go. But when I look back in my bed, actually, no. I did look in my bed, but my mom was there first collecting, you know, my sheets. Apparently she liked to do the laundry back then. But then she found, I want you to take a wild guess before I say it. She found a pair of underwear there. Oh, luckily I didn't get caught because my room was just a place to throw laundry in for some reason. So I'm saying, it must be yours. Why would it be anybody else's? Mm. But yeah, I got lucky, and I suggest to anybody who is planning on sneaking anybody in their room, do not do it. It's not worth it. Like, just don't do it. This is Luigi Master 561 signing out.